As the founder of a startup, there are three things I value most: passion, competence, and confidence, and Pilar brought all three to the table.
We feel that Pilar's approach is spot on in going after the Tier 2 and the Tier 3 storage sector, which is the fastest growing piece of business within all of our customers.
With Pilar, there are no hidden costs when you scale or grow your installation.
The system is incredibly reliable. We've had virtually no downtime over the past year on our two Pilar systems.
In the long run, we feel that using Pilar storage is going to really decrease our costs.
If I'm just moving a piece of hardware, it's not very fulfilling. So if I can go in and help a customer solve a problem, that's what I like to do. And that's what Pilar's helped me do in a number of my accounts.
If Pilar fails, we're out of business. It's as simple as that.
At Foundry, we needed a storage solution that was scalable, reliable, and cost-effective to support our enterprise file services. Pilar was the obvious choice.
We have enormous storage needs.
We're a storage integrator.
Our storage needs increase constantly.
We have a great deal of data that we have to store because it's our intellectual property. It's what our company creates.
We focus on a number of solutions for customers.
What we were really looking for was someone to come in and tailor fit a storage solution to our needs, and that's what Pilar did.
All the business units in our company are constantly gobbling up storage.
And these systems also have to be very flexible because we have a lot of different kinds of files and we have a lot of different kinds of servers. So these storage systems have to be able to play well with others.
The beautiful thing about our business is that customers are always eager to back up more and more of their data as they realize how effective it is, which means on the back end we have to keep increasing our storage.
We evaluated a number of different options in the industry.
We were very intrigued by the technology.
It's reliable, it's highly scalable, and it's very cost-effective.
Pilar is easy to work with.
Manageability of the storage is very beneficial to a number of customers who have limited resources in either time or in people.
For starters, we were really impressed with the user interface.
It's easy to manage.
If you put me in front of it for half an hour, I'd be able to work my way through the system and set up almost everything I needed with almost no training.
They have access to executives, they have access to input, to the roadmap, and they know where Pilar's headed as an organization. Each one of our customers feels like they're a strategic part of the customer community within Pilar.
Obviously, uptime for us is absolutely critical. We cannot afford downtime or data loss under any circumstances. So having a system that is completely redundant from start to finish was imperative, and Pilar was able to offer us that.
We were looking at Xiotech, EMC, and NetApp. And it came down to EMC and Pilar were the final two selections. But from a scalability perspective, cost effectiveness, we ended up going with Pilar.
We're not trying to replace EMC and Hitachi on the high end. We're simply trying to come in and solve business problems on their Tier 2 and Tier 3 data. As you know, the Tier 2 and Tier 3 data is probably the fastest growing piece of data in most of these accounts. And due to QoS, we're able to come in and show some business benefits that we simply weren't able to do in the past.
I know if there is a problem, if we start to have a problem with the software or the hardware, we can make a phone call and we can get a response immediately, and the people who respond will be knowledgeable and they'll actually care about us as a customer. I know if I have to call my sales rep, I can get a hold of them. If I have to call for the service people, I can get a hold of them. Even if I want to talk to the CEO, I can call him and get a response personally from him. I trust the company.
The first time we met our rep, he sat us down and wanted to hear about our business first instead of trying to sell us something that we didn't need. And we really needed to know that they understood our needs as a business and understood what our model was.
We've been very pleased with the Pilar performance, and our account management and support teams have been outstanding.
The guy from ENC walked in with a suit and slick back hair and wasn't impressive whatsoever. We really didn't feel comfortable talking to this guy about the needs of a sporting company. He was really there to sell us a piece of hardware that, frankly, we didn't want or need. When Pilar came in, they gave us a small system that wasn't what they really probably wanted to sell us, but it was what we needed at the time. And now we expect within 3 months to expand that system to quadruple its size.
I was getting reports back from my folks that were dealing with technical support, and they were just astounded at how friendly and knowledgeable everyone there was.
In addition to having a great product and great service, the most important thing to AthletiShare was that Pilar listened.
They were very quick to point out they were not getting the same level of service from some of our other vendors. We've actually had nothing but positive experience in dealing with everyone at Pilar. It was really reassuring to see how dedicated he was to our project. I mean, I must have got phone calls from him some weeks every single day, checking up on every item of the process, every part of the schedule, every aspect of our implementations. He was on it, soup to nuts.
I've noticed that they're not just interested in moving iron. They're interested in finding out what the customer really needs and helping them solve those problems.
I also discovered in the past that storage vendors had sold us things which, frankly, we didn't need.
When I first talked to a customer about Pilar, I asked them if they're interested in a technology that could potentially be disruptive. And that catches their attention, like, what do you mean disruptive? And then I take them through a couple scenarios of why I think Pilar is disruptive to the industry and why they should listen.
Again, this goes back to some of our other vendors, is it was really frustrating to see how much they would drop their prices when put into a competitive situation, which basically means that we were being overcharged for years when all we had to do was push them a little bit harder on being competitive.
You know, when I look at my Pilar systems, it's, you know, the hardware, a few $100,000, the support, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 or something like that. But having the Pilar company behind us and supporting us, it's been priceless.
Keep up the good work.
If I had to sum up my entire Pilar experience in 2 words, I'd say this: fucking awesome.